Hi, my name is Brian Tully, Managing Director of Securities-Based Lending at Total Bank Solutions. And today, I'm here with Mike Musial, Managing Director and Subject Matter Expert, to continue our discussion in securities-based lending. Today, we're going to talk about why wealth managers like securities-based lending so much. So, Mike, I often hear wealth managers refer to SBL as a recruiting tool. Why is that?
Well, it has become a mandatory offering. I would say in the last 10 years, it's really taken off. If you think about where you want to work and what are the tools you need to best service your client, it used to be you'd have to have the best investment platform and the best research and maybe the best technology and execution. And now it has become you also have to have a great liquidity solution to offer your clients. And if you don't have that, it's very difficult to bring advisors over from firms where they do.
Right, I would imagine. But another reason I know that wealth managers love SBL is it's a way to offer clients access to cash without liquidating assets or really hurting their assets under management, right?
Yeah, I hesitate to use the corny phrase, but it's a win-win-win for everybody. For the advisors, it's a great way to protect those assets and have an option to not liquidate if that's really not the time to liquidate. You always can liquidate, but having an option is great. It's great for the client because it's going to be one of their least expensive and easy to obtain lines of liquidity that is out in the market right now. And it's really great for the firm because it's going to help attract those advisors and give even more service and touch points to those clients that they fought so hard to get in the first place.
So, Mike, can you speak to the value of daily pricing of securities and monitoring, taking the risk out of process and giving clients access to greater amounts of cash?
Yeah, so if you imagine if you're the lender, the more visibility you have into the risk you're taking on the portfolio and the greater your ability to act upon that risk at a moment's notice, the more comfort you're going to have giving larger lines of credit, and the less risk you're taking, the more aggressive you can get with the pricing. So having a good platform with an effective monitoring tool is going to allow you to, on a daily basis, mark to market all your lines of credit, monitor the risk, track anything that's going over a maintenance level and act upon that with notices. And that's going to give your risk department a lot more comfort from both outstanding availability and a pricing standpoint.
So, as I think about securities-based lending, it basically turns a wealth manager into a personal CFO who manages the client's total balance sheet. So, where do you see the role of debt and lines of credit in future wealth management plans?
That's exactly what wealth management firms are pushing right now. They want an advisor to look at both sides of the balance sheet. And I think it makes a lot of sense, both from a performance standpoint. So if you think about it, a lot of advisors will brag they can get you 1 or 2% extra on your returns for the investments. But you can have the exact same effect by lowering the rate on any outstanding debt by 1 or 2%. And they don't really think that way. So restructuring and having efficient debt for things like student loans or mortgages or convenient lines of credit, that can have a huge impact. But it also is going to be, from a risk standpoint, you want your clients to be covered. Should they have a need that arises, an emergency or an opportunity that was unplanned for, you want to have the ability to have something at your disposal other than having to liquidate at what could be the worst possible time for a whole host of reasons.
So, you can really see why wealth managers really like securities-based lending. Thanks for being here today with us, Mike.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
And if you'd like to learn more about securities-based lending, please visit www.totalbanksolutions.com.